It's the Canadian Navy's workhorse, patrolling the Pacific, armed and ready.
In 21 days, we can deploy and go anywhere in the world and be able to do the whole spectrum of operations, all the way from sort of peacekeeping to full combat.
2015 marks HMCS Calgary's 20th birthday, and so a time to celebrate. A day aptly named Operation Sea Cowboy. The multi-purpose frigate hosted a day at sea for an exclusive guest list of alumni, politicians, and its biggest corporate supporters, including Shaw Communications President Peter Bissonnette. A special day for the former military man as he received honorary captain status.
Everybody wants to be the captain, absolutely, and I'm no different. For me, it's like reliving my youth. It's wonderful.
The lucky few got to experience the 440-foot vessel in action, carving through the Strait of Georgia at nearly 60 kilometers per hour.
Woo. Good core workout.
HMCS Calgary's well-trained personnel also put on a show of their own, demonstrating rescue operations by air and by boat.
Though it first set sail 20 years ago, it's still recognized as the backbone of the Canadian Navy.
It's the #1 ship, first choice for deployment of any emergency situation that will come up on the West Coast.
This is the first CPF to go around the world.
Micheal Markin was the ship's first chief engineer back in 1995.
Pristine, beautiful ship.
A nostalgic day for Markin, who remembers time on board for stops including the Mediterranean, Guam, and the Panama Canal.
On our way out in the Atlantic, we had diverted. We saved over 30 people off of a sinking freighter.
But none of those missions would be possible without the roughly 250 men and women who work on and operate HMCS Calgary and also call it their home.
They're trained to risk their lives in dangerous situations. But ship living takes some getting used to.
The noise, because I always end up sleeping on top of the engine room, so the noise, you have to get used to it.
So I'm just going to show you what a typical tri-cabin looks like here.
On this day, the Navy let their guard down, showing me the way they live. The definition of close quarters.
Sorry, did I miss a shot? Sorry.
Narrow hallways, low ceilings, and cozy sleeping arrangements.
What were some of the biggest things you needed to get used to?
The biggest thing I had to get used to was I no longer had privacy.
You cannot run away from anyone. You're stuck with the same guys. Here, no, you're stuck. So you have to get along with everyone.
You have to learn to like each other.
Exactly, yes.
You don't have the space that you have at home.
Always surrounded by people, so you just have to get used to always being around others.
And when you're bored, you can always head to the nearest hangout.
Video game corner, Nintendo GameCube.
We have, nice lounges where we can lounge. When you deploy for 8.5 months, and it's a long time away from home, it's nice to have some creature comforts of home.
You get into a routine.
We're all going through the same thing. We're all part of the same team, so we all keep together and we protect each other and we make sure everybody's doing well.
I don't have to cook for myself anymore. I don't have to do groceries, shopping anymore.
Laundry's done for you. And yeah, it's just like being a kid again.
30-star wheel on, sir.
Except these kids are trained sailors, operating some serious toys.
Steering HMCS Calgary through the Straits of Georgia.
And taking part in very real and dangerous adventures.
It gets in your blood. I spent over 20 years in ships out of my 37 years in the Navy. And I got used to it, and no problem. It's a lot of fun.
And fun was had by all, celebrating 20 years of HMCS Calgary and the men and women who call it home. On the shores of Esquimalt, I'm Kevin Charach.